See, there has been a debate on, you had a rejoinder yesterday or over the weekend on the Star, where we have the Secretary General of ANC, this is Barack Muluka, who thinks that he says that, let me try and just upload that on the issue of sycophancy, you say you're not a sycophant of Raila, but you share ideology. And there was a whole debate around this. Maybe you can decipher this for us a moment. Because we struggled, there you go. I am no Raila's sycophant. We are on the same ideological terrain. If my director may just pick up on this quickly. Well, it's not showing up there. We'll just try and rectify that quickly for you to see. So you can tell us what all this debate is all about. Are you a sycophant? And we struggle as Kenyans to...
That's not a very good term.
What a question to ask.
No. I've not even finished my question. Then you on it.
Well, let me just.
No.
I think
this is a whole discourse that was on paper.
I think. Let me clarify. You see, there was a report in the Standard some time ago of an interview that my friend Muluka had given.
Yes.
And in that report, he made some very statement that I found was very puzzling. One that. Mudavadi was going to the next presidential election. There were a lot of money. They are going to, the might of money is going to rule the day and so on. And I said, this is not like Barack. I don't think we should turn elections purely into money thing. I think we should go into election to pursue ideas on how to change the nation. So if somebody is posting as a presidential candidate, money is a means to get there, but he should come out with the ideas and where he stands on certain issues. That should be much more important than money. And he also made some comments about President Kenyatta's declaring, that memorial for his father to be from now on a family thing. He didn't think that was the thing to do. So I did a response in a response in the Star addressing these issues. He then wrote a rejoinder in the same Star saying, well, I was also talking about the BBI and so on, the necessity to give people the chance to review the Constitution, because in that article of his, he had said Raila and President Uhuru Kenyatta, Raila did not have a locus standi in discussing the Constitution of Uhuru Kenyatta. I said, well, this is rather intolerant because the Constitution allows for freedom of speech and assembly and so on. And if you are now abolishing this, you are actually going against the Bill of Rights. In his rejoinder, I said, well, when I'm saying this, I'm saying it's a Raila's sycophant. I got different from what I was earlier on. I said, please don't attack the messenger, attack the message. And by the way, calling me a Raila sycophant is wrong. We are comrades in the struggle. Of course, he's emerged as our leader, and that is because of his performance. And he's proved to Kenyans that he reads political events much better than some of us. And so if we're on the same ideological front, we can decide who our leader is, like the Tanzanians decided Nyerere was their leader. The Britain have now decided that Johnson is their leader, you see, for good or worse. So I mean, if people support somebody, it's not because of sycophancy. I think that's also rather condescending. So this was my reply to Muluka. First, I think it's also rather assuming a lot of things that the Raila only lists in the sycophant. I thought there was a lot of things wrong in my friend Muluka's reply. So I thought that I had to reply to his reply to put that record straight.
Thank you. Yeah. Right. We're about to wind up. And my director, Diana, if you may just indulge me for a minute. We had a message, of course, yesterday was the International Day of Democracy, and this book is all about democracy. Could we just hear also what the General Secretary of United Nations had to say about democracy as well as we're winding up, right? Democracy. There's a clip on democracy.
Maybe
right, as you're winding up.
As winding up, I don't know what is how many books Prof has written. There's another big book that he launched long ago called A Leap into the Future. But just to say that the young Turks really are the ones who inspired me into politics, Prof included, because they were very bold and very decided on bringing change to the country. And I think just like Franz Fanon said that out of relative obscurity we must define what really we have to do as a generation. I really wonder every day of my life whether we have such opportunity. But also, political ideology in Kenya, there are very few people who believe, who have a solid, political ideology. And that is why you find people struggling with legacies. Because if you knew, if you know what you want in terms of thinking, then you have already started with the end in mind. But majority of the people get to power, then they realize they need to perform. That's where the problem is.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Right. Hamal Wanyura, you want it?
Well, we have said many things this morning, including that we are a young democracy and that we must develop the nation and that leaders play an important role in the development of any nation. And you cannot get higher than Parliament to be a leader in this country. So Parliament must be made up of men and women who appreciate their role in society and their position. We look up to them. When the history of this country is written many years to come, they will say the 12th Parliament, the 10th Parliament, and we are where we are because of Morgan when he was a senator. It should be something positive said about Parliament. It should not be that they were fighting over who is big, who is small, as people in the county suffered. It should not be that they were fighting about increasing their salaries.
Thank you.
And allowances when Kenyans were suffering. So I only call upon members of Parliament to know they occupy a very high position in society. And we look up to them to be the role models, to people who care about this country, to be people who know that Kenyans are suffering. And at the time Kenyans are suffering the way they are suffering, nobody should be talking about increasing their money, even if it is necessary.
Thank you, thank you. Okongo Mogeni finally.
Yeah, I think Debal, we shouldn't look bad to our, to the Kenyans who represent. And I am actually sad that this parliamentary service bill was sneaked through to the head of state without the input of the Senate. Maybe we should have put some wisdom into it. It doesn't look nice, Debal, that all that we can be remembered for is that we want to increase our parks. I mean, we are not the only people suffering. There are also many Kenyans who want their parks to be improved. So I think on this particular issue of a parliamentary service bill, and if it is just meant to increase our parks as members of parliament, National Assembly should rethink this issue so that we don't create a picture of greedy people who just want to increase our parks. And then I commend Professor. I think this is a good book. It's timely. Choices to be made. I think going forward in a few days, we will have to make choices as Kenyans.
Thank you.
And we really want to thank Prof for this kind of good piece on either parliamentary or presidential system of government.
Thank you very much.
And he has remained a scholar despite politics.
Yes. Thank you very much.